it's sort of known that rap artists tend to take a liking to certain models, performers in the industry. If you could meet any rapper, who would it be, and what is it you like about him? Well, I'm going to go all, like, to a rapper nobody's ever, well, I don't want to say nobody's ever heard of, but, you know, I could say Eminem, I could say, you know, 50 Cent, but actually my favorite is a guy named Spose. He is a rapper, he is from Maine, and I just love that he doesn't rap about being a badass or be. If you have ever heard his song, it's called I'm Awesome. And the chorus goes, I'm awesome, and then with a comma it says, no you're not, dude, don't lie. And I just love that. And he makes fun of himself through the whole video. And he makes fun of himself in almost all of his videos. So he's just, for some reason, I'm really drawn to that. And I mean, it doesn't hurt that he's cute too. So, let's see. There is a very popular super busty girl named Martina who made news recently because she is using tanning and injections to darken her skin color so she can be black, even though she was born white. As a model, what do you think about what she's doing? Do you agree? Well, I'm a little torn on this one. Being trans, I am, according to some people, they would say, I am not who I was born to be. I don't like to judge anyone for what they do. My philosophy is if you're not hurting somebody else doing it, it's really not anyone else's business. I mean, do what you want to do. It's just, I know there's some people out there that would not agree with what she's doing, and I'm not saying I agree, but I'm not saying I disagree. I just don't really want to judge anyone for anything they do. I mean, she's not hurting anybody, so why not? You have people who are call themselves furries and they run around in fur costumes. I mean, they get off sexually from it. It doesn't do anything for me, but that doesn't mean they shouldn't do it. Okay, here's a follow-up question. She said that she wishes to try and make money from the publicity she's getting from this. In fact, she went as far as saying that one of the reasons she decided to darken her skin and to become a black woman was to try to make money from all the exposure she knew she would get, but still considers herself white and wants others to consider her white as well. Do you think there's anything unethical? No. Well, again, I'm torn. The only thing that I would consider unethical is the fact that she says she wants to be a black woman, but still wants other people to treat her and consider her white. You really can't, of course, people would say you can't change your gender either, but, you know, there is some scientific findings behind this. But, you know, as far as your race, yeah, you really can't. You can be mixed, but you really can't go from one to the other. You either are one, you are other, or you're some mix in the middle. You can't go from one side to the other is how I feel. Is it unethical? Maybe, maybe not. Again, I don't want to judge anybody. I mean, if I judge her for doing what she's doing, whether I agree or not, I leave it open for anyone to judge me. So, I don't want people judging me, so I do my own thing and I let people do their own thing. What would you ask Martina if you had the chance? And also, would you like to say to her with respect to what she's doing or attempting to become black? I say go for it and make the money. I mean, if it gives you publicity and you like doing it and you're being safe about it, she's not hurting anybody, so go make that money. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. Okay, what types of projects have I been doing lately? How much fun have I been having doing those projects? Oh my God. I have so much fun doing what I'm doing. Every time we go do stuff, I always end up exhausted. We are actually, I'm going to look back on here just because I've got a few things written down. Still working on a parody movie. It's a porn, but it's a parody of the A-Team, and it's called the T-Team. I am actually playing a role of, if you guys remember, Face from the A-Team. I am actually playing a character called Facial. Yeah, you can see where that's going. I am also a co-host on a radio show called the Totally Inappropriate Radio Show. You can actually see it or follow it or listen to it right on tiradioshow.com. And there's me and a genetic female and another transsexual, and we interview other porn stars, other people in the porn industry, and we just have a ball doing it, and we throw caution to the wind, and we ask what we want, and we have a lot of fun doing it. Obviously, I have a lot of fun putting content on ravenroxx.com. That takes up a lot of time. If I don't have new content for my website members, they go somewhere else. So I'm always trying to put something up about once a week, and I just have to make sure that I'm doing that. And when I do it, porn is I don't want to say it's no fun, but it's not that much fun as far as like funny. So we try to make it funny, and we do a lot of things behind the scenes that nobody sees, that you end up going, let's just say this. Most of the movies we make have blooper reels. How many porns have blooper reels? Oh, and I'd be remiss not to mention, I'm also a cam model, and you can actually see me on the website I was talking about earlier, but the easy way to find it, you just go to, I have a link to my own website. It's just called tsraven.com. So TS is in transsexual, raven.com. And, yeah, I think that's all I got going on there. What new gigs? We are actually working on a new movie right now. It's about half filmed. It is called Tranny Slumber Party Massacre. It's kind of a spin-off of Jason, but kind of with a comedy kick to it and with a little bit of porn thrown in. But we are actually actively working on that right now, having a lot of fun doing it. It's funny because I mentioned the blooper reels, and we actually have so many bloopers, and the movie's only half finished. But you guys should check it out when it's done. It's porn, but you'll be laughing while you're jerking it. Here is actually a kind of a serious question. What are your short-term and long-term goals in the industry? Well, I am 42, so, the long-term goals, are we going all the way out to 60? I'd love to be doing porn when I'm 60, but unless they make some serious advancements in plastic surgery, I don't think that's going to be happening. But if you were going to ask me what a short-term goal is, I've been nominated for awards. I have not won one yet. So I would love, 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 love to win an award before I make my exit from this industry. I'm not greedy. I just want one. Just one. Let's see. We're getting almost to the end here, I promise. If you could go... Oh, another serious question. If you could go back in time 10, 15, or 25 years, knowing what you know now, what advice would you give your younger self? Oh my gosh. I mean, I've been asked this one many times. I would have told myself, because I didn't transition start my transition until 38, and I didn't go full-time until I was 40. And for transitioning as late in life as I did, I think it turned out fucking amazing. Not that I like to talk about myself, but it comes off as egotistical, but I think I did pretty good. But if I went back and I had to tell myself something, even with the environment the way it was back then, I would have still told myself probably not to get married, not to try to do the straight life, and I would have transitioned much, much earlier and probably made a really long go at this career. But we can't do that, so I'm going to make the best of it what I got right now. And there was a part 2 to this question. Also, the same question, advice you would give yourself in respect to your career. That's a little bit harder. Transsexual porn back in 1992, 1995, 1997-ish were still kind of, I don't want to say it was in its infancy, but it wasn't as mainstream as it is now, so I don't really know what I would tell myself. Maybe to see, even being trans, people just weren't as open then as they are now, and people weren't as accepting. So I don't know that even if I had transitioned, if I would have become a model or not, because I would have probably done what we call going stealth. I would have transitioned, I would have been what we call passing, and then I would have gone stealth and no one would have ever heard from me again. If I had modeled, it would have been as a straight genetic female, and no one would ever have known I was trans. Not to say that wouldn't have been fun, but yeah, I really don't know how to answer that one. So I had to actually switch here. I'm getting my legs going to sleep. Well, guys, that was all the questions that were written down for me. So I think that they want me to stop talking. So what I'll do is I'll end this by saying my name is Raven Roxx, and you are watching Wahnahbee TV.